So I'm at it again with the quote-unquote fake holiday rack packs. These have 12 cards total each, and these are from 1974. Now we'll reveal this one in a little bit. If you know your 1974 cards, you'll know who that is. So I bought a couple packs of these. These seem to very often come out of from some Canadian sellers. So this one here, I got this one probably fairly obviously for the Tom Seaver. That's a nice, I mean it's Tom Seaver of course, Hall of Famer, but that's also a very nice, very nice use of the horizontal framing here. But it also has the batting average leaders with Carew and Rose on it. So let's go ahead and open this up. Oh yeah, we can look on the back here. Nothing too special here on the back. I'm not expecting anything special on the cards in the middle, just based on the other ones of these I've opened. The cards on the top tend to be the good ones. And I don't really actively collect 74 all that much. Of the 70s, my three favorite sets are 71, 72, and 75. 74 isn't too bad, but it's probably kind of ranked right in the middle of the 70s. So there's the Carew and the Rose, and there was the Tom Bradley on the back. So then we've got Adrian Garrett. I don't even think I've heard of him. Rich Folkers. So I wasn't really expecting, again, I'm not really expecting much in the middle of these. Okay, so let's get this Seaver out of here. The other thing here is that, to see if there's any problems with the back of the card. Okay, so on the back here we had the Steve Arlen. Nothing special there. Let's keep going this way. Ray Fosse, he's probably best known for being clobbered by Pete Rose in an All-Star game, guarding a plate. And Fernando Gonzalez. So this Seaver card does have a little, I don't know if you can see it, a little indentation there. I'm going to look at this closely. And it's not quite a pinhole, but that's definitely something that could take a little off the off the grade. But still a nice card. I mean, you can't really, it's not obvious, and the centering here is pretty decent. Corners aren't perfect, but it's still a pretty nice card. Always good to have guys like Seaver in your collection. And over here we have the Tommy Agee traded card. The back was Frank Baker, shortstop for Baltimore. Bobby Bolin, that one's got some damage on it, damage on the corner. And Ken Sanders also has corner damage. And then the Tommy Agee, have these traded cards within the set. So let's go ahead and keep going here. So here we have the Tommy Agee base card, in addition to the traded card. Tommy Agee, best known for some defensive wizardry for the Mets during the 1969 World Series. Made a couple of really spectacular and game-saving plays. Gotta be careful there. Didn't cut that quite close enough. And as I've said before, the packaging on here, the plastic, the style of the plastic and stuff seems to be quite modern. Not really sure when these were packaged, but certainly nowhere near 1974. Probably packaged fairly recently. So the one on the back was Rich Trodson, George Culver, Ted Ford. That card's in kind of iffy condition there. And the Tommy A.G. Tommy's hobby is singing. Yeah, there we go. It's even on his card. Made 2 spectacular catches for the Mets in 1969 World Series, both quelled rallies by Orioles. So, yeah, that's nice that they mention that. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the Red Sox team card in front, on the back. Another Padre, Mike Corkins. We're getting all the Padre boring players. Phil Gagliano and Tim Johnson. Again, not surprisingly, we're just getting the scrubs here on the back, and then there's the Red Sox team card, which these team cards have the they have all the team records for the different statistical categories, and then they have their teams that won pennants and got into playoffs and such. Okay, so this last one, if you haven't already guessed, this is the one. This is why I bought this particular pack, and I did pay for this privilege here. So this is the Dave Winfield rookie card. Now, I know the condition on this was not perfect. We'll look at that in a little more detail. Jim McLaughlin on the back, Ollie Brown, so Jim Willoughby, so all commons there. So the Dave Winfield rookie, there's a little print issue there, which is not too big of a deal. There's a little bit of a slight indent there. There's a little bit of edge roughness. The corners look pretty good. Again, I'm going to take my glasses off and look. I am horribly nearsighted, but the advantage is I'm so horribly nearsighted that even though I I finally had to get progressive lenses, but I still have a little bit of a range here within a few inches of my eyes where I can actually see, and it basically gives me the equivalent of about 2 or 3 power magnification over most people. So one corners, the corners, aren't perfect. They're pretty good. Very nicely here, though. The back looks good, so that's very nice. It's a little off center on the back, but not enough to to have a big effect on the grading. I think because I would think this might grade as a 7, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. And I'm going to look up. I'd already looked this up before, but let me remind myself. This came from Canada, so it took a couple weeks to get here. So the 84 tops, 74 tops Winfield. So of course in PSA 10, these are this is getting close to $10,000. It's like a $10,000 card. PSA 8, they go for typically anywhere from $100 to $150, and in PSA 7, and they go pretty often. There've been a lot of sales on eBay in PSA 7 just this year. There've been about 15, 20 of them, and they go in PSA 7 anywhere from about $40 up to about $60, $65. And so I basically paid, what I paid for this. If I'm thinking just of value, I need it to be about a PSA 7 to justify what I paid for it. So I think there's a shot at that. But in any case, this is a card I can just keep in my collection, and whether I'll grade it or not, we'll see. When I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to post this, but when I'm shooting this, PSA has opened back up after some of the coronavirus restrictions have been relaxed. So I may be sending some cards in. Don't know whether this will be one of them or not. Now the other thing I want to do, and I apologize, I forgot to I meant to have this card out, but I forgot. So let me see if I can find this. Let's hope that I can find. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got lucky. I found it pretty quickly. And it's in my old cards, and I'm gonna do a post, do a video at some point on my some of my childhood vintage collection. But this is not the first Dave Winfield rookie card I've had. So I bought this card, this would have been in the 80s, sometime late 80s. So this was while I bought this while Winfield was still playing. And you can see it's in pretty rough condition. I mean, it's got like, red marks here, like a marker or something. It's got, one spot here where it almost goes through the card. I don't know. This could, this would be maybe a PSA 2. I don't know. Not worth a whole lot in that condition. But worth a little bit. I mean, people do. I'm looking on the auctions that have sold, and this looks, if this PSA 2, people have spent up to $20 on cards of that grade. Although mine looks to be maybe a lower end of that. In any case, though, this is a big improvement, big improvement in my personal collection, with a lot better Winfield. So, so this is about what I was expecting. I got this nice card. Got the pretty nice Seaver, a little off center, and just a little hint on the corners. And then the other Hall of Famer here, we have the Rod Carew on the batting leaders card, along with non-Hall of Famer Pete Rose. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.